The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
Hello.
Your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears with a satisfying jingle. You're a richer man now.
No, it would be funnier if that was what happened. But what actually happened was my arm brushed against the Ethernet cable and pulled it out.
Do you know what you should do with that?
Yes, yeah, that was me.
Is this about the questions again? I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so... Uh-huh.
Okay, somewhere in here there's a map.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine. You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except a colorful display.
Again, I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health. The Pale Age vodka is special, I guess. It's stored in pale for a couple of years, which makes it super expensive and super strong. You know.
Don't worry. Let's concentrate on what's important here.
I mean, I already said it'd hurt you. I don't know what else they do.
Substances give powerful bonuses to your main stats at the cost of damage to your health or morale. Cigarettes raise your intellect while damaging your health. Alcohol raises physique while damaging your morale. Use medication, like Nosafed and magnesium, to counteract the negative effects of substances. Note: consuming substances can have unforeseen consequences for you.
Okay, I thought there was a map in here. Where? Please, where do I get a map? I want a map. What kind of convenience store is this if there's no map? They sell. Oh, come on, dude. Like, I don't just want to buy a raincoat.
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of...
I love that you can, as a cop, just be like, I'm going to steal this raincoat. Kim, give me a map, please. Alright then. We couldn't get a map there. They might have one at the pawn shop, but it's off to the pawn shop then. I feel like the drunkard run is like even worse than the evil run. Because it's not just though you could do both, but like, no, Harry. We're going to kill you, Harry. We're determined. I wonder what kind of endings are possible. Please do not just tell me, because I am trying to play through this game. But, okay, zoom out. I can't believe they killed Lord Farquaad. Well, at least they built a statue to him in his honor. Liver damage. And your kidneys say, please stop. Please. Is this I think this is the pawn shop. If it's not, because I don't have a map. I'm also incredibly low on money. Unless Gary gives me his money. Come on, Gary, we find you. Fine. Technically, the fine was technically for tampering with city property, but it was mostly for being racist.
Hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything. Yeah, we still have those boom boxes on the shelves.
The boomboxes wait on the shelves, and your boombox, that gold and amber Harmon Waushi, stares at you longingly with its tape reel eyes.
Is the Harmon Waushi W2, made in Vespa, designed in Seoul, plays all reel-to-reel formats, 2mm, 8mm, 12mm. It's even got a little radio in there. It'll set you back 12 real. A discount? I do have to keep the lights on, man. It's 12 real.
A man like that in a neighborhood like this, in a careful, you can only do this once.
12 is a good number, good internal balance. 12 has integrity. Sorry, man, I can't be giving out freebies. Never have, won't now.
Alright, so I'm gonna look for a map as well, because I need a map.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty. What a shirt. All other shirts pale in comparison to the muscular man with antlers and immense Zweihanders.
I love how it decreases your authority, because people look at you and think you're an idiot. That's all it is, and you lose all of your credibility.
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
I want a map.
The boomboxes wait on the shelves.
And here you are. Quality sound reproduction on the go. It'll play anything, wherever. Turn any tape into a conversation of sounds and shapes.
Yes?
Where do I get a map? Kitsuragi? Please. I want a bookstore? Thank you very much, Ace. To the bookstore. I might have to come back here to sell things to afford it. Unless we can get that racism. Like, that feels so unethical. I don't care. But it does feel that way. Oh, that's fine. It's worth looking. Can we go to Joyce and beg for more money? You're like, can I have 800 real? I need it for purposes.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance.
Mother dear, I need allowance.
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. An endless variety of source books. Lore. There's also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover art. The Hunters of... There's a box that says, "We're out." Nonsense for anemic Beano clods.
Your strength will be like that. Your physical strength just goes, it's for nerds. It's stupid garbage for nerds. Please.
The display rack is... This is entirely, completely you. You have found the right books. Rows and rows of Yamdalamen blur your maybe 100. Those snow crabs are worse than they sound. The display rack before you is burdened under piles.
Is there anything else over here?
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more books?
No, I can't talk more. Books.
Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels featuring the supposedly stalwart crime fiction is a disgrace. An asinine misrepresentation of these books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over. Furthermore, they have no... What's more, they completely ignore not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. You see Dick Mullen on the job. Get me Mullen. The stalwart adventures of Richard P. Mullen. Dick Mullen and the murder in the orchard. The sordid affair of Dick Mullen. A killing is declared. Dick Mullen in the murder house. The final case of Dick Mullen. An obvious lie. Dick Mullen in the clock tower. The ordeals of Dick Mullen. Dauntless Dick. Dick Mullen's funeral pyre. The murder of Dick Mullen. Oh no. Turns out he faked to solve a case. Yes, there's also the dame who did it. Farewell, my Mullen. Faking death seems to be a common trope in the Mullen series. The morbid tales of Dick Mullen. A dark tide turns. Tragedy calls for Dick Mullen. Another one with fake death. And, of course, Dick Mullen, the murderer. In order to catch a murderer, Dick Mullen must become the murderer. After all this, you still haven't found the answer to the one question that matters. Who is Dick Mullen? Your quick eye notices a small caterpillar crawling across the spine of a book. The title reads, Dick Mullen and the Mistaken Identity.
Oh, sorry. It was a 97% chance I thought I could get it.
From Dick Mullen's classic hard-boiled phase. The premise seems to be that Dick Mullen is framed for the murder of his best friend and has just a few days to prove his innocence. Could it be the motifs of unstable identities and shocking betrayals? Perhaps you're drawn to the dark and noirish atmosphere. Is it because the smoking dame in the slinky red dress on the cover is giving you a hard-on?
That's certainly a podcast. What do you think we should say? Do you think we should say that's why the book appeals to our character? He is a himbo, but it's as funny as that would be. I don't know if that's what we want. Or are we going himbo mode, Ace? Is that what we're doing? Or are we going to say that it is something else? All right,
Yeah,
let's...
this is the book for you. See the way she's suggestively holding that pistol? That's symbolism.
That's symbolism.
Shelves full of biographies of famous people, whoever they are. Browsing through all the books with all their names, suddenly, a particularly odd title catches your eye. It reads, High Speed Love chronicles the romance between two of the finest tip-top tournay race. Next to Irv's life story, you see a slim biography of an Occidental rock star called the Anti-Star. He's famous for shooting morphine into one of his eyeballs and cocaine into the other. Next to that, Revacholian radio personality Guillaume Bevy stands in front of a run-down drug den. He's a permanent...
I really must insist you buy one of the books. I'm sorry, I did not mean to rush you. You are browsing.
I'll hit her. It might... That seems like it is... It is...
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove. They're held up by small pins. The board has come loose from... The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of...
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though. That old thing. It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was, nor from when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago. They also renovated the horse statue, set up those coin-operated viewers. They didn't get that far, for some reason. A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed Martinez up. All these ruins are bad for business.
The north coast of a verdant island is shattered by the delta of a river. It is the River Esperance. Countless bridges put the shards back together, connecting city blocks to river islands. La Delta says a great artificial heart in the center, teeming with life forms and construction. To the east, rolling hillsides, Le Jardin, Stella Marie, the suburbs of Saint-Baptiste, swallowed up into the megacity. They sound rich to you. This is Revachol East. Houdon, it's somewhere to live. Not bad. Then there's Jamrock. It's bad. People shouldn't live there, but they do. Then Forberg. It's almost as bad, and much larger. Then Coal City. It's the worst. It's so small you can't even see it on the map. No, wait. There it is. North of Jamrock, the strip of coast next to the Greater Revachol Industrial Harbor. It looks downright despondent. It's almost Coal City, to be honest. No, Coal City is worse. A charred limb. Rain falls on its slick black streets. And then there's the burnt-out quarter in the heart of Jamrock. Is it cold in this bookstore? Or is it just you? No, this is somewhere to be. This is all you have. But it's still something. Streets and sodium lights, the sky, the world. You're still alive.
Chapeau Trap House. I don't know what that is.
This large map displays archipelagos. You see a constellation of small dots on the light blue emptiness of the Insulindic Ocean. The largest in the northeast is La Caillou. You are here. Another far away in the southwest, Seminese Islands, Ile de Fantôme. Ozon, Laurentide, Fas à la Mer, Archipelagos, North Arcade Islands. All just specks of dust on the vastness of the Insulindic. On the edges of the map, the color fades into a blur of dotted lines, black and white. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou, in a bookstore. It's you, radiating outwards from you, the suzerain Revachol. With a radius of 80 kilometers, still, the crown jewel of this Isola would be barely visible. You can, on Caillou, Revachol, a single black star, on Ozon, Fondelier, and Vilmandu, on archipelagos, Croyan Moran, Villiers, on Seminine, Olduvai, And on Laurentide, Deora of the Seven Seas, the ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosines and azimuths, all pointing into pale nothingness. Muindi is the north azimuth. Grad is the northeast azimuth. Samara is the east azimuth. Seol is the west azimuth. Isolas, they're called. Connections to other worlds. Words past the Incelindian, unknown to you. You only know you've never been there. You have little idea what they are. Distant stars. Gods. But looking at them makes you feel almost non-existent. Whatever they are, the Isolas are immeasurably large compared to you, and very, very far away. Perhaps they are gods. Gods of distance and outer dust. It's not really a map. It's a tourist thing. A picture postcard with buildings on it, drawn from an isometric perspective. A date in the upper right corner says 48. Still, it's detailed. Could be pretty useful for scouting ahead. You see the jagged boxes of an industrial harbor, even the whirling in rags there.
Always good to be informed of your surroundings.
Yeah! I can warp. Or at least I have a map. Can I warp with this map? I would like, I want to fast travel.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature. Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services. It serves platitudes, while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the kind people don't have access to, and which costs more than this book, is garbage, and would only give you cancer anyway, without even curing your cold or anything. Wholeness, unity, balance, on the other hand, can basically take care of anything. Though it is important to note, when it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that you're ill in the first place. It's your own fault if you're ill. Got it? The book features chapters on topics such as how to find magnesium. It even lists plants you can harvest magnesium from. How to continue drinking if you're an alcoholic who has destroyed his liver. And there's even a chapter on the ancient Seraïs tradition of using duck gallbladder preservatives to treat and prevent sexually transmitted diseases. Pre and post factum apply. Nothing worth buying.
Listen, if you have a disease, don't go to doctors. That's all they're saying. When have doctors ever improved anything? Listen to us, the cops in the bookstore. I don't know. They're not the ones saying that. They're the ones reading the book. And Kim is just standing there waiting for you to be done with your garbage. He's very tired. Alright, let's listen to the tape. I can't believe I had just enough money to get the map and the... It's like, listen, who are you gonna trust? The doctor, or the organ of a duck against your will? I don't know why. Oh, those are the ones I put levels into. Okay. I was like, why are those colored and these are all grayed out? It's because I put points into those. Okay, let's see. Tools. I'm walking around with my boombox. I'm unstoppable. Okay, let's see. Okay, door gunner, mega mix. And also, we can listen to music.
Just what you needed. The reels attached to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is routed behind the magnetic reader. Then the organ starts playing a simple, melancholic tune echoing in the hallway. A lone singing voice joins in, telling you about the tiniest church in Cessons, surrounded by even tinier yard. You almost feel the seaside mist on your skin. It's mega sad. Within seconds you know, this is the one, the real shit you've been looking for. The one you trust your room to that Claudia told you about. Perform it.
It's what we have to do.
Then silence for a bit. Then the tape stops spinning.
Now we can say, no, I couldn't, it's too sad, I might cry and trash the room again. Scratch that, I'm already crying and I look done. And I'm old. They got
Of course you could sing this. You could take sad to a whole new level with this. And you already know the lyrics since you've listened to it like 1,000,000 times. Yup, they're all here. All 3 verses. And the B-side of the tape contains the instrumental version. It's like the world itself is telling you to do it. Only one obstacle stands on your way. Gart, you have to convince Gart to let you sing karaoke in the whirling. After you've won him over, you can express yourself. Let the pain out. Make everyone understand. The lieutenant looks at you as you remove the tape from the boombox. He doesn't say anything.
I love how I get this tool that could solve everything, and then or at least give us more information, and then I'm like, it's time to jam.
The worn map features the patchwork grid of the streets of Martinez, with directions to appropriately touristy locations. Year 48 resides on the upper right corner. Your finger moves through the various streets, across Rue de Saint-Ghislain and Rue Saint-Sipar, over Saint-Brun and Martinez North, finally coming to a halt on the spot where you are currently standing, although the map gives no such indication itself.
For a more detailed view of the map, go to your journal and select the map tab.
Okay, here we go.
The porter reel is just what you needed. The reels attach to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is routed behind the magnetic reader. You push Command Set, and the tape starts spinning. Violent static and machine sounds fill the air.
This isn't Revachol. This is a fucking village. I can almost see the elephants.
The harbor. That's the son of a Kvalsund crane.
He's right.
When this shit is done, I'm gonna tear that place up. Soldier of the Apocalypse style. Kill shit. Dogs and chickens too. Gonna run a room, Cordy. A real nice room. I don't don't give a shit. I'm fucking done. I'm done mentally. I'll fucking do them all in. Rape that disco cunt on the counter. You know, the dance a whore upstairs. Do it Kohoi style. Never did get that taste out of my mouth.
The lieutenant presses the button marked Arrête on your portereel. The tape stops spinning.
End of recording. It seemed authentic enough. Probably recorded off the shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating. He sounded like he was on patrol around the harbor walls. Indeed, but it seemed authentic still. Corty could be short for Cortenard, one of the other mercenaries, the one he was talking to. Probably the mountain at the harbor gates. Mr. Right to Work. A village on the Samaran Isola, in South Safre. Grad committed war crimes there, the kind of thing he talks about. Who knows? Maybe the tattoos would have an answer. We would need to know the story of this man's service. I think we've got a few more questions for Clasia, don't you? This seems to contradict her testimony, at least to some degree.
As you take out the tape, the boombox tunes itself back to the cheery radio again, spewing out beats like it's a Friday night.
Let's look at my face.
A police badge on which you see the photo of a man. You, some seaweed.
Well, we found out some things. And I'm also going to, where is the... It's dark. I need my flashlight. All right. Talk to Clasia, then go to the apartment building. We have the map. The map. It's what we need. Buy a book. Reading passes time quickly. And it's true, nobody is sadder than Harrier Dubois. Oh. And of course, if we get those things done, there's only one thing remaining. We gotta jam out to some karaoke. Let's keep this flashlight on while we're inside. It's most important to do it then. You know, when you're inside with lights on. This is a conclusive list. It is. I'm trying to think of other games that let you do karaoke. It might be in the Fist of the North Star Yakuza game. I re-downloaded Yakuza 7. So that's on here now. I don't own it, but my friend does. So by fiddling with the rules, I can get it. It sounds like it's been busy. It's raining. Okay, let's save as we are about to dredge up some potentially horrible trauma and ruin this woman's life. And see if she told us a bunch of lies before. I don't know.
I was just thinking, what a nice evening it is for taking part in a murder investigation.
Sorry, ma'am.
She puts her coffee cup down with a soft ring as the porcelain meets the metal table.
Did he? I never said he was a good man, or that he had good intentions. Only that he was never bad to me.
Where did they get this recording exactly?
It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased, recorded via a de-encryption station. It's authentic enough.
Does he say he's gonna do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style?
Something to that effect.
The phrase was used.
Yeah. That was practically his pickup line.
A memory surfaces in her tired neocortex. It's not entirely unpleasant.
Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it Kohoi style?
He wasn't actually there. He didn't do a tour, or at least didn't tell me he did. Would have been overkill anyway. He lived his own little Kohoi. It wasn't his everything.
Yes, was he bragging?
Oh no, I'm pretty sure he did all those things. Then integrated them into his idea of normalcy. To keep on living. Until they just sort of turn into his, what's the word I'm looking for? Running joke. I was gonna say running joke. And it sounds like you didn't even get the good bits. Lely's punchlines got way, way funkier than that. He was like the Seminoles conflict, the Kohoi massacre, and the 36 famine in Yezu all rolled into one person, then cast in Orani's ceramic armor, which he wore in bed and in the shower.
You spent time with this person
We're all
romantically.
scraping up any happiness we can find, officer. Going around with our little scouring sticks. You, your first love, Mr. Kohoi here.
Did he tell you he had actually done any of those things? In Martinez, I mean?
No. We were too busy laying waste to our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward. He seemed happy, I guess. At ease. As much as a man like him could be.
Thank you for clearing that up, miss. Whenever you're ready. I'm interested to hear what Titus Hardy has to say now.
Damn it.
She takes a very small sip of her coffee and smiles.
Like, for example, his name?
Actually, officer, I didn't know his name. I just called him Lely.
A nickname?
I guess. He came from Lelystad. It's short for that. And it was his army name, apparently. He said his real name wasn't his. I tried to pry it out of him, but it was no use.
Lelystad. That's a good start. We have a few questions you can help us with. A few things a field autopsy alone can't answer.
The young woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse of the page the lieutenant passed to you. On it is a list of autopsy observations recorded neatly in blue ink.
In Oranje, officer. It's, I think municipality is the term. A nowhere town there.
Oranje? Oranje's map of waterways? This fits with his tattoo.
You were almost right, officer. That means his race was occidental, not mondial. I'll update the form.
Yes. We were compatriots.
Did that bring you together?
No. He was too old for that. And from another part of Oranjenrek. I didn't even understand his accent. What brought us together wasn't Oranje. It was bad habits.
Sex, alcohol,
Yes,
speed,
electrochemistry.
probably also sildenafil, and violence.
He was 42.
42? Are you sure? I would have had him above 50.
He had many scars that made him appear older. But no, We even celebrated his birthday, like, some weeks ago. It was a funny 2 days. He had little reason to lie to me.
We were slightly off then. Thank you for clearing it up.
A miss. The adversary one.
Blue. Light blue. They were like little blue galaxies, you know? It was strange, seeing those eyes in his fucked up face. Pardon the swearing. I do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly. And he had a beautiful, soft voice. Very surprising, what with all the scarring. It was quite something, watching him speak.
He had a combat wound on his chin and mouth?
Yes. Severe. It made him look like half his face was cracking away in some strange smile. That and those eyes.
It's clear she was very much attracted to him, and still is.
Of course. He was the most strangely beautiful man I've ever been with. And I mean that. And now, he's dead. A pity.
Ah, yes. His hair, if you can remember?
It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine, made oily. Not nice to stroke. I couldn't convince him to leave it alone. Oh, that. Sure, waterways. It was mostly for showing off to chicks, though. How? Imagine him lying in bed. Freakish musculature laid out on the sheets. Scarred, of course. Tattooed. The sheets are dirty for some reason. He's smoking and drinking, of course. And his chest and shoulders and arms are studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them. Maybe even thousands. And the woman goes like, "What was this, baby?" And he says, "That was too hardcore. Don't ask me about that." So she goes, "Okay, but what's this, baby?" And he's like, "Saw some bat shit there. Killed some loincloths." And so it goes. Star after star. Port after port. Third world country after third world country. And he's done horrible things in every single one of them. Oh yeah. No thank you. I've seen enough of him dead. I can tell you what they meant without looking at them.
Go on.
He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms, from a small town. He was also poor, and the government of Orania needed some people killed, so they turned him into a grotesque killer. For money. He went to Killer Academy in Vredefort. Then he killed some people in the Seminine Islands. And on other islands, too. All of the islands. After this, he came to Revachol and got killed himself. Change of topic, perhaps? It very well could be, yes. What do I mean? I have no idea. I don't even know what you mean. Love did him in? What does that mean? That's not funny, officer.
Her voice is like a slash through the air. Her shoulders tense up. The lieutenant blinks. All right, let's see where this is going.
Cool.
There is a sound. Something in the reeds. When the wind comes through them. On the inlet. On the little islands there between castaway tires. Her light brown eyes fix on yours, then disappear behind her bangs as she drops her chin.
A real rainbow splattering of pharmaceuticals, I bet. Barbiturates, amphetamine, sildenafil.
Hear that? Sildenafil. Just like you suspected. You have a great nose for this stuff. It's for maintaining an erection. Uppers are vasoconstrictors, so that feat becomes problematic. Because you're a scientist, of course.
How much does the toxicology report cost the police of Revachol? I could do it for half of that. Save you some money, make some myself.
It's quite expensive, miss. but we'll manage without your help for now. All right.
Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself more coffee.
Well, that didn't go terribly. Could have gone better, but... Alright, fine, I'll go back and talk to Titus. I hate Titus. I want to fight him. But he has a gang. I hate him. Sorry, I just thought of how lifetimes ago, in my attempt to assert my dominance over Titus, I put a gun in my mouth and fired just to prove something, and then it ended the playthrough and I got a game over because I died. And then it follows up with a newspaper article like yeah, you just did it. They're just like, I mean, whatever works, man. And it's like, it didn't work. You died, and then Kim had to go home. Alright, Titus. Let's talk.
It's you again. What is it?
Yeah, come over and cross your arms, you weird hick.
And?
He tenses immediately. Chest tightens. Jaw sets. Ready for another blow.
That fucking fucker. You're the worst cops in Revachol. I gave you gold on that tape.
You smell weakness. He's getting tired of the game he's been playing.
Just locker room talk. It was dark stuff, but it didn't prove anything, and it didn't change her mind. I feel like 2 and 4 are best options. Gold, it was just locker room talk. It's not evidence. It was dark stuff, but it didn't prove anything, and it didn't change her mind. Yeah, it was bad. Honestly, I expected it to have more effect, and she pretty much laughed it off. Titus. I'm leaning towards 2 or 4. Yeah.
Dark. Dark is when you start a goddamn death rock band. He said he'd rape her. What did she have to say then? Fine by her? This is what people are supposed to be like? Fucking whoop-de-doo.
She did not say whoop-de-doo. It did not come as a surprise to her, and she definitely wasn't scared. Actually, I think it made her a little nostalgic. If anything, she seemed turned on by the whole door gunning thing. Not gonna say 4. 2 or 3 seem like options. I'm thinking 2 or 3. Yeah, 2.
Yes. In fact, I think she thought it was a little funny.
Funny? Oh, good goddamn psycho whore.
Woman respect her here.
Oh, fucking right. I guess it's good then. Fucking.
Please try to control yourself in the presence of visitors, Titus.
This is just perfect. just fucking perfect. Any thoughts on this, lawman?
Women are crazy. Irrational. That's what you're thinking, right? Also, your fists are itching for a bump.
Yeah. She isn't who you thought she was. Do you think I should say this? Or will this lead to more, like, men's rights activist stuff, incel crap? Just like, maybe you're wrong and stupid is what I want to get across. But I don't know if that'll lead to it. That's true.
Yeah, I know her. She's just a girl. In over her head. Handled him. She got into some stupid shit with that guy. Shit we had to take care of.
Yes, we heard all about it, and the fact still stands. You were more disturbed by the tape than her.
I already told you. We fucking hanged him.
There's less gusto in his voice now. His men, too, are growing increasingly silent. The man is slowing down. Looks like a bad blood sugar crash. He can't keep track of all the variables anymore.
Come on, Titus. We know you didn't hang him. He was shot. I know you're tired. So am I. Why don't you just...
You know what? I am tired. I'm tired of you and the whore upstairs. Next time you see her, tell her Titus said, "Fuck off!"
This is the petulant rage of someone who's at the end of their wits.
Didn't take him long to reach the end of those.
That lying, scamming. We're done. This is over. You understand? Your little investigation is over. Yeah.
On the floor, beer drips out of the can into a small puddle. No one does anything about it.
What is this quiet funeral shit? What we need is some beers in us. Bartender, 20 beers for the Dock Workers Union.
Why do we make it 40, huh? Why do we make it 100 beers? You're not loud enough.
100 beers? Now we're talking. Hoppity hop over here, cafeteria manager.
The window might be closing. The more beers they get in them, the less cooperative they will be.
Oh, I really want to do this. 42% isn't good, but I saved right before this.
Clausia is playing them like a fiddle. Tell them how bad they got played, and they'll tell you the truth. There are many ways to go about it. All of them really good.
That is absolutely not going to happen. What's the point? I just don't want to give you my gun. But I didn't say anything.
What are they whispering, Titus?
I don't know. Some kind of bitch fight, I think. Hey, bitches. No fighting in the union booth. Talk or walk.
You're a horrible gunless cop. This is all because you don't have a gun. You're never going to convince anyone without a gun.
Oh. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, go back here. Every time I just go, Kim, give me your gun. It's always so funny. Both that the only solution that Harry can think of is to use a gun. That he doesn't have one, and that he needs to ask Kim for it, for one. And Kim is just like, no, dude, stop it, dude, please. It's so funny. Oh God. this game. Okay. Oh, I can't level up rhetoric anymore. Do I have any clothes that could increase rhetoric? Yes. Okay. Put on a shirt. Everybody around the planet rejoices. Oh, the kind of outfit you need to chop wood out in the field. Please be short loading time. Please, 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 please. Please. Have a soul. Oranje. Glacier. I feel bad for Gart. This job sucks. I feel bad for Sylvia. Oh, it autosaved when I got down here. No, I have not. If anything, I've given him an entirely new job of having to deal with me.
It's you again. What is it?
Do your animation.
And?
He tenses immediately. Dad, you smell weakness.
Dark, what did she have to say then? Fine?
Yes.
Funny. All right.
Please try.
This is just...
Women are crazy.
Nah. I know her. Handled him?
Yes. We heard all about it. And
I already told you. We fuck.
There's less gusto in his voice. The man is slow.
Come on, Titan.
You know what? Next time.
This is...
That. Yeah.
On the floor.
What is this?
Why do we make it
100 beers? Now we're talking. Hoppity hop.
The window might be closing. The more beers they get in them, the less cooperative they will be.
Here we go. Please let me save. They don't let me save.
Convince Titus he's being manipulated. You should know by now. Titus Hardy will never falter. But you know someone who might. Fat Angus, the powerful guy. Mr. All Muscle. The time has come. Put him in the pressure cooker. Just remember, it's about more than Glacier. It's about these men and Martinez. Their district. Their responsibility. Outside in the evening light, ruined and old, shadows lengthen on the pavement. A distant gunshot.
Huh?
He'll get it. Go on.
Got it. Kill you because they don't like you. All because...
Goddamn right. Don't come around.
Fuck you. I'm not from around. That's not why we...
There we go. Don't come to the Wild North if you are not white enough.
It wasn't that. It wasn't. We didn't shoot him.
That's it.
Yes!
That's the weak one. You flushed him out. Now go in for the...
Officer, you will be next if you don't shut up.
Firearm. A Glass 08 or a 38 caliber pistol. Either is small enough for you to have missed. He's onto you. He knows what you're trying to do. The lieutenant has put down his notebook. His hand is resting on his holster. He gives you an imperceptible nod.
All guns out.
What does that mean?
Or what? You're gonna kill me like you killed him for no fucking reason?
We didn't kill him. We didn't even hang him. He was dead when...
Shut up, Angus.
Fatty! Say one more thing to the cops and I'll...
Dennis, stand down, or I'll beat your head in. Theo, take your hand off the belt. This isn't 31. I've got this under control.
Does he? His closed fist is shaking. It's you who's in control. Let them have their moment.
Angie, where's your goddamn inhaler? You sound like you're dying.
I left it home. I can't get it. I'm too fucked. I'm sorry.
Why are you so fucking fat, Angus? Now it's all pointless. Because of you. You wasted my time. I told you, Titus. I told you just give her up.
Lizzie, your help is no longer needed here. Go tell Everard.
Fine. I'll tell him. After a long walk along the coast.
You're in. He's all yours. Questions?
Not yet. Just some ideas. She says the shot came from outside, behind the window somewhere. So that's a clue. I'm thinking someone's past caught up with them. Either hers or his.
Hers, you mean?
She's got one of those checkered pasts. The shot could have missed. Could have been meant for her.
I like that. Been thinking the same thing myself.
My dude. One of those mercenary buddies of his could have done it. They got guns. Training. Years of bad blood, probably. Or it could have been someone else from Crenell. Tell you what I'd do. Check out the coast for vantage points. Maybe consult with a ballistics buddy of mine. That's what I'd do. If I wasn't too busy doing this clown dance with you.
The lieutenant gives a smile only you can see.
In a manner of speaking. We had help from another girl. It was her idea to hang him, and I liked it. For political reasons. It sent a good message. Fella, you think too much. He's off all right. You're gonna hurt your head. That woman is just affiliated with the Hardy Boys. You don't know her, anyway. Nope. You're not getting to her. It's Klasia you want to talk to. In a minute, we had help. Fella, that woman is just affiliated. We're Hardy Boys. And that's it. Glad you understand that. Me too.
He nods.
You hanged the corpse to cover up the real...
Another nod.
'Cause the girls asked us to. They were in some shit.
Did she kill him?
Cop, I have no idea. The girl says she didn't. Classier came down. She seemed really out of it. Drugged up, even more than usual. Bug-eyed and gurning, you know? Not in a fun way. It looked like she'd redosed after something went down. I've seen that look before. She was scared. I knew someone had died. I've done this job for 10 years. I've seen it before. It's the politician in the motel room with the dead hooker scenario. Only in reverse.
Good analogy, boss.
You don't get to talk yet, Shanky. You're still on the bench. And you keep taking it easy too, Angus.
That's okay with the fat man, still wheezing there. He couldn't speak if he wanted to.
We went upstairs. Sure as day the Merc was dead. There was a bullet hole through the window. Fucking dirty sheets and bottles everywhere. Tibbs patched the window. And the corpse. We hanged. Nah, he's my brother. He's in the window replacement business. You may have noticed our girl's in some shit of her own. They can't show up on police radar kind. There are people after her. From the old world. Where she came from. They're powerful. Connected to the moral intern. She's clearly afraid for her life. Says if she showed up in your systems, she'd be ghosted away.
And why would you help someone like that? By taking on a murder?
Why would I? I guess we abide all sorts of runaways and losers here. It's a Martinez thing. You do that. Hey, cop. Before you go.
Oh, Ace, could you get rid of that? I'm not in the room right now, so I need you to... Ace, could you get rid of both of them? Thank you.
Suddenly, the wind picks up outside. You hear it rattling the large windows in their frames. It carries newspapers, circles the whirling in rags in a warm column.
She, Clausia, came to Martinez to hide. Many of us did. This is where you wash up when there's nowhere left to go. The Union takes you in. Now, she refused that protection. But that's right. If we didn't take care of the people who end up here, this place would just be a couple of ruins and some cargo containers.
We'll take that into account.
So I guess I have to go back and talk more. But I still want to talk to the dude at the apartment building. Thank you.
It's always good to see you.
Something in her demeanor has changed. She's tired, consigned to her fate, to being here with you and what's to come.
I understand.
Just like that. No resistance. Her shoulders are slouched, her feet long and straight.
I'm sorry for wasting your time. I should have known that you'd find out.
Why did you waste our time then?
Because of the Hardys. I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help me out of the shit I'd gotten into.
I am not. There is more here, miss.
You're right. There's more.
More?
You answer to the coalition government, and by extension, the moral intern.
Briefly glancing over her shoulder to the sea, as she's done time and time again, where the cold oceanic expanse lies, and behind it, another world.
You share a database with them. You send people to their courts. Just business. But bad business for some people in the moral intern. If I show up in your records, officer, they will find me. They will...
What happens if they do?
They will kill me, sir. If you file my name, take me in for questioning, enter me into the moral intern mill, well, then I'm fucked. For nothing. This murder didn't have anything to do with me. It's not nice, but it's not illegal. Not here in Revachol, or even in Oranje.
What exactly did you do?
Industrial espionage. I joined a business collective with the intention of betraying them. I did my job well enough to be asked to do it again, with a bigger company. The kind you really, really don't fuck with. I took their ledgers, 2 decades worth of accounting.
I need the names of the companies involved, and who hired you.
The job was Louis County Savings Bank. They sound small, but they're part of the Louis Scott conglomerate. That was the second job. The first was some printer company. You wouldn't know them. As to who hired me for the job, I don't know. But they're after me too, along with Louis Scott and their friends in the MI. Once you're done in the competitive intelligence circuit, you don't have allies. You're radioactive. It is. Many people lost their jobs. Not just C-suite. Ordinary people. What I did to get to accounting... A lot of people got hurt. But that's just more of my shit you shouldn't have to deal with. You're solving a murder. We were there. Together. In bed, I mean. Okay. He was in a kneeling position. He had just entered me. I was on my back, looking at him. I heard the window behind me shatter, and I turned to look. There was a hole in the glass. I turned back to him. His eyes were looking through me, and his mouth was open. Dumb. I could see. I could...
A great pain moves through her, a dark and indefinite wave. She continues in spite of it.
I knew he was dead, before he fell down on top of me. No, I want to. Let's get this done.
It's okay. Tell us as much as you're comfortable with.
He was heavy. I pushed him off and he fell to the floor. There. He only had his boots on. I bit the pillow, not to scream, then ran downstairs. I waited for the second shot to come. For me. I thought there would be one. It never came.
She's forgotten about her cigarette. The butt has burned right down to her fingernails.
Oh. So am I.
What time was this? When did it happen? It would help us if you could be as precise as possible.
11:30 to 12:15. I don't know the exact time. Around midnight.
It's okay. Were you inebriated?
Not as much as usual. He'd done a line, plus other things. I was drinking.
Wait. Titus said she was gurning her jaw off, much more than usual.
Oh, yeah. I did one of his lines, just to clear my head.
Good thinking. Clear your head. You should clear your head. Get into his mindset.
Did you hear or see the shooter in the course of this?
No. Nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room downstairs. I got some clothes on and crawled back up, drew the blinds. Blood was coming from his mouth. Not a lot. Just a little. He was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be there with him anymore, so I ran down and out of my room, into the hallway, down the stairs. I knew there would be people there. Sylvie was tending the bar. A lot of people were there. The Hardys were at the table in front of the stage. I think the Union box was full. Ruby was there too. They were having such a good time. I sat down and they all welcomed me. I didn't even have to say anything. Ruby knew something was wrong.
Ruby?
Ruby. You know, the leader.
The leader?
The Hardy Boys. Well, nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to when things happen, like things they need taken care of. She's the organizer.
Would you say she is the 8th Hardy Boy?
Why not? Well, Ruby said let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. I've known these people since December. They know my situation, that I can't leave a paper trail. Ruby was the first one I told. She said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, you know, take care of things. I helped her get the body to the bathroom. We used a belt to pull him up under the shower, to keep him upright.
To mislead you, they were tampering with the body.
To produce lividity, matching a hanging?
Yes.
We completely missed the tampering. Looks like you got there in time.
Oops.
About 20, yes. Ruby explained it would make the blood... You know what he does. Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. I was just looking at Lely in the bathroom. I had to put his clothes back on. His armor, too. It was tough, but I've seen him take it off and put it on many times.
Hold on, I'll be back.
It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I'd gotten him ready by then. They carried him out. I knew what they were going to do, to make it look like a hanging. Ruby said they would. Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her for a while, that we should lay low or something. So I did. I don't know. I haven't seen her since.
We will need to take this question to the Hardy Boys.
When he was shot? I may have. I don't know. I couldn't hear anything over the glass exploding.
The gunshot wasn't that loud. This is something to keep in mind when assessing the distance of the shot.
What? Why would I put myself through this? Insanity. Get myself cornered like this. He wouldn't have died if it weren't for me. I know that. But I would...
Rage? Who knows the dark currents where lovers go? All kinds of crazy things happen when drugs are involved. Sweet, sweet drugs.
Like what? That's the first thing that went through my head when I heard the glass. I thought they'd found me. They've killed him to punish me. All last week, I've tried not to talk to anyone or be seen with anyone so they wouldn't be hurt. I've come to understand, however, this is paranoia. What happened didn't have anything to do with me. I just don't know. I don't know anything.
We can't go after Loose Cap. Not yet. There are other, saner leads.
I don't ask you to, Lieutenant. If there's one thing I know, it's that you'll get nothing from there. Because I'm an idiot.
Which is an indicator of truth.
You have to understand, the people around here, no one was making the call, and he kept rotting. And then they picked his clothes off, and that little fucker threw stones at him.
Her jaw is clenched. Her throat moves. It takes all her strength not to cave in and sob. Once. Just one time.
He kept throwing stones at him for 3 days. I could hear the thud. Thud. So I called you. I hope with all my heart it's not the last thing I do in Revachol. Last week, Angus and Titus's brother, I think he's called Tibbs, took care of it. I told you I'm a horrible girl. I told you things break around me.
Angus and Titus are brothers.
You should have another look at that window after this. Reconstruct the scene. It's right there. Yes, you see the glass sparkling out of the corner of your eye. She nods, silently. She doesn't even... He's thinking, or should we arrest her? She's a flight risk and she lied to you. She should be taken into custody.
Okay, first I'm gonna change clothes. Then I'm gonna save.
I was just thinking, what a nice evening it is for taking part.
Who? What? Dear God, you've been lied to. She could have killed her lover and lied to everyone. She's not candid. She probably didn't give you her real name either. See?
I did. What is this? I called your desk or whatever it is. The numbers are all over town. There was an older woman on the other end.
That is the... Anyone could know that, sire. By look...
What time did...
Thursday night.
It checks out.
But I know the time of the call too. I know I have not been...
Why is she so angry then? If she's so...
I did.
Very good, sire. She will never admit to it, but we can see that she didn't.
I agree. You wouldn't...
Okay.
Tighten it. You've got her.
Okay, it's not. You log your work every week. It's all transmitted to Common, sir. I couldn't just beg you not to enter my name. So I lied. Like I lied before. Like I did at LCSB. I have to lie all the time. I'm so tired of it.
She's not lying now. She really is very tired. Her metabolism is failing her. The afterglow of whatever narcotics she's been taking is...
It's Katarzyna Lazie. That's cool.
She nods, her ready for the damage. She knows you're grilling her.
I can call her devil.
She slowly lights another cigarette. You are. This is not the end of this.
Lies.
Yes, we demand she be punished for deceiving. She slowly lights another.
Well, you can be absolutely horrible to her for the sake of drama. Confirmed. Okay. Okay. Now, let's be adults and take our shirt off. And put our tie back on. Hater women. Yeah, that's definitely a run you can do in this game. But hold on. What is this? Empathy, hand-eye coordination. But I think I need to put on this for more visual calculus. Is there anything else I can put on? Yeah, nope. Nope. There are glasses that help with visual calculus, right? All points into empathy and then become a fascist. Okay, I just want you to look at that description under electrochemistry. You don't have to say anything about it. But
Wait, stop. That man, below the damage, the weeks of decomposition. How old are you? That's where this is going. 45,000 liters of raw alcohol has left its disfigurements. What lies
Huh? How old? 58. You asked. 42. And he was deceased. He had been decomposing for a week. On the bright side, you've been getting a lot of exercise lately.
There's silence. Then...
Sure, you're 42.
Wait. This requires scientific to the laboratorium.
Date of birth generator. Why don't I just look at my my badge? Shouldn't that have my age on it? Nope, wrong button.
A police badge on which you see the photo of a man. You. Some seaweed is stuck.
Harrier. That's long for Harry. So you are Harry. Evrard was half right. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
The badge in your hands shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information.
Yes, it's a tough station to work in. But then again, it's a legendary district and a hell of a station.
He knew all those people. All the badge in your hand shines as you wrote.
4 months ago. I'm guessing that's when you were promoted. A new badge usually comes with a new rank.
The pain in your chest tells you the case created a lot of edge you have to take off. The death march.
I want to... Oh, okay. These are all things I can. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Harry. You're old. And I don't want to talk to Titus yet. I'll talk to him later. It's difficult. Have you ever seen that thing where it's like, oh, the shower thoughts or whatever, and it's like, people born in the year 2000 will never have to remember how old they are, and I'm like, feel like that's the most specific thing to take from that. And I feel like that is honestly the least of their concerns after a certain point. Alright, let's look at that window.
This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off, the golden light melts away into the blue, glassy darkness of your mind. In it are two neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman on the single bed. Like the witness said, the man is kneeling, the woman is on her back. It's the night of March 4th and a shot has just been fired. The man looks directly at the woman. The shot's possible directions converge in his mouth, a ray cast from somewhere outside, entering his brain. Ending him. From the roof outside, location A prime. The glass fractures around the bullet hole. Shards face inwards like a corona behind the woman's back. The man does not know the bullet has entered his brain. He never will. Death comes faster than the realization. The ray cast from the man's mouth unravels into a fan of possible directions, all on the roof at first. The shot could have come from any of them. This is composite location A prime, most likely of the origin points. There could have been. Then the rain and slush and wind washed it away. This was more than a week ago. 72%, with an antique weapon that fires military-grade ammunition. A Belma-grave rifle, for example. This is a good short distance, but not too short. The perpetrator aimed with their back against the railing, or possibly kneeling for precision. This would explain why it only took them one shot. The lights were on in here. Outside it was dark. It was like shooting fish in an aquarium. A well-lit aquarium. The victim opened his mouth to let the bullet in. Neither of them would have seen anything outside, in the darkness. Too busy with their own bodies. Point X would contradict the woman's testimony, rendering the entire proposition void. These figures would be wiped out, Detective. None that you've found thus far, but that doesn't mean there aren't any. That's a 28%, yes. In this model, the shot could have come from a greater distance. Nothing excludes the possibility. Should we extrapolate to include every possible point of origin in Martinez? According to your map of the district, this shot could have come from a wide angle of locations, starting with the northern edge of the abandoned boardwalk, ending with an islet in the bay. Let's call them B prime. B prime for boardwalk, B double prime for Land's End, and B triple prime for the islet, Detective. There may be smaller points in between, but those are too fine to zoom in on. 700 meters away. The likeliest of these B positions, 20% chance. A skilled sniper could have made the shot, provided he had a safe sniper's nest. Even with the light on inside, we're talking military training. At that distance, the perpetrator would have had to take wind direction into account. 1.2 kilometers away, the least likely of these positions, let's say 3%. A truly skilled sniper could have done it, possibly from a tent. No, too far-fetched. 1 kilometer away, an unlikely point of origin. Beyond the docks somewhere, on an islet in the Bay of Martinez perhaps. There are islets there, badly charted as they may be. The shot would have been a small miracle, 5% likelihood. There is an extremely narrow field of view from the bay to the window, between Rue de Saint-Ghislain 10 and 33A. The angle would have been extreme, and access to the islets is questionable.
From where, precisely? I see you have given this a lot of thought. Are those the locations you've singled out in addition to the roof? And what is the likelihood, in your opinion, that it came from a further distance? Okay, well, we should see if there is gunshot residue or sniper nests if we go down the coast. Rule these spots out one by one. It would be the diligent thing to do. Until then, personally, I'm going with the roof version. It fits the hidden path through the whirling. A simple hypothesis.
Visual calculus is so cool. Yeah, when it's not someone in my immediate family, I have to think about it. But like I know everybody. Well, I don't. Nobody knows my dad's birthday, but excuse me, I know everybody else's. I have, however, learned that apparently you can't just tell people your birthday or birth time anymore, because there's a system made to judge you about it. And that's dumb. Alright, I have to go to the apartment. We can talk to Titus later. Titus will be there all day. He doesn't have anything else to do, apparently. Yeah, like, it's like, when's your birthday? And you're like, many ages ago, before the dawn of time. And they're like, what? And you're like, or maybe, Decembuary. Oh, they're gone. Okay, so we'll talk to them later. Thank goodness. I'm sick of talking to them. Not even allowed to hit them. Did you ever see that thing where that lady in California tried to apply to be a roommate, and then it was going well, and then they found out she was born in January, and then they turned her down? Because they said they didn't want the Capricorn energy in there? And I was like, wow. Like, like she could have lied, and you wouldn't have known for quite some time. Yes, it's. Oh, I hate. I don't like it. I don't like it. Go home, kid, or get in the shack at least. I didn't know what those were, what the astrological signs were, until I was like 12, and I was like, and people believe in this? And my mother was like, yes, and I was like, why? She's like, I don't know. Please just let me. Okay. Oh man, I didn't know there were October supremacists. It's incredibly infuriating to be told you're inferior based on your birthday. Yeah. It's like, Oh. Okay, that's the way to go, right? No, wait, do I need to go to the balcony? Oh, okay. We're doing it, Ace. We're solving a murder. Because you were going to make this choice. It does not mean anything, no. But some people live and die on it. Like, I remember, like, it was in June of 2020, as we all remember, a very good time to be in the world. And this lady was like, yes, they will. And, this lady was like, yeah, I've been feeling awful. It's because Mercury's in retrograde, I guess, haha. And I was like, this was, as I said, June 2020. I was like, you live in Italy, which was like the worst spot in the world for the pandemic at the time. And I'm like, I hate it when mercenaries and Gatorade too. But it's like, you live in there's a global pandemic, and you live in the place hit worst by it at this point. I don't think it's Mercury that's making you feel awful. I think it's that the world is in a very bad place right now, and you are in a very bad place in it. I don't think it's because of a different planet. I think it's possible. Yeah. I'm like, please, ma'am. It's the. I think it has to do with, your life is probably significant impact. I think things on Earth do a lot more to impact how you feel than things in space.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
No, I'm trying to. I think I'm going every wrong way there is. Yeah, it could be the everything that's affecting us. Oh. Come on, Harry. Oh. So I thought that, I did not think it was ever going to happen, but I thought it would be very funny if Harrier Dubois, Lieutenant Double Yefreter or whatever, made it into Super Smashing Brothers. I think that would have been incredibly funny. If every time that like he's a joke character, and everything he does is based on chance. Everything's dice rolls. Everything he does has a chance to fail, but he could also kill you in one hit. I think that would be really funny. Lots of people would hate him and hate his inclusion and have no idea what game he was from, because this game, well known, is not uber popular. Certainly not as popular as Kingdom Hearts, but I think it would have been a hilarious inclusion. Smash a bottle on someone's head. You have to ask Kim. Your B special is asking Kim for his gun. And there's a 5% chance it'll work. But if you do get it, oh, do you ever get it? And then you can fire the gun by pressing B again, and if it lands, your opponent takes 200 damage. Kim, please. I need to kill Pikachu. Please, it's the only way. I need to assert my dominance. Please. That Marth player is smug, and he needs to get shot. And then you do fire, bang, and you're like, oh my goodness. Okay. Yes, I made it up. I made it. It took me like 8 minutes. I'm saving this long journey. And then we can talk to him. We can go sing karaoke, and we can go to sleep. Thanks, Kim. Thanks.
Gendarmerie, you found me.
And his shirt is still unbuttoned.
It was mine. My friends use it from time to time to visit me.
Oh no, I meant in-game
So
sleep.
Are you here to make things right again?
I'm not just going to make things right. I'm going to make them spectacular. Honestly, I'm just trying not to screw anything
Beautiful.
up.
I have some good news for you. My Sunday friend is visiting me tonight. I told him about you and he'd like to say hello. Step in. He's already waiting. Trust me, you do. That's nice, but I don't have anything to tell you. It's my friend you're looking for, not me.
He takes another drag of his unfiltered cigarette and looks around. It's getting dark, and the neighboring windows have lit up, one by one. Downstairs, a cat crosses the yard, disappearing into the bush.
Besides, I've got to run.
Something tells you you're never going to talk to an individual this cool or mysterious ever again.
I love this answer. I love... go if you must. I don't care. I don't care about people leaving me all the time.
Just look at it. It's a beautiful night. Who's going to stay in on a night like this?
He's right. Only losers go to bed early. Time to break out the booze. A man on high heels stumbles out of a basement club, music blasting over the entire district. It's chilly, and as the chemicals hit his nervous system, 1,000 shivers ripple through his body. Something flutters in the corner of the lieutenant's mouth as you're saying those words.
We'll talk. Just not tonight.
Is Kim jealous?
Take care, alright?
Yay! That's a lot of experience. There's something so different about him that I just can't put my finger on.
Different, of course.
Why on earth does he always... Why does he smell so good? Just something so mysterious about the way he talks and moves. He's such a good listener. I like talking to him. His shirt, why is it always unbuttoned?
Something so mysterious about the way he talks. Very.
He's barely holding it together. It's all he can do to keep from bursting out in laughter.
Come on, detective, let's go. For the potential witness to interview. His Sunday friend, remember?
So I want Kim to say, I want, like, Harry to have the revelation and learn what being gay is. He's like, it's like, please, officer, understand. He is most likely a homosexual. And you're like, oh, what? Say, I know what that is. Lie. In parentheses. I don't know if that's something that can be done. I just think it would be funny, or if he learns that it's an option, and it pops up as a thought you can equip. Okay. I want to look at thoughts, though. There's something in there. Ace is high, ace is low. Awesome. Torque dork. Knowledge required. Homosexuality. Detective Cousteau. Anti-object task force. Actual art degree. Homosexual underground. There it is. This is that. This. I don't know where it comes from, but it might come from here. Expensive perfume lingers in the air. Insensitive bachelor party vibes. Wait, what do these shoes do? Posure. Okay, I'm gonna put these on. I'm gonna put this on. Now my composure is 4, but boom! I have leveled up. And now everyone needs to share the responsibility. I think so. I believe he is, yes.
Officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia.
His hands are clean and well manicured. This is a man who knows the importance of appearances.
My name is Charles Vildrouin, and I am an official with the coalition government. I work for the Institute of Price Stabilité on assignment from Sur-la-Clé.
You're the tax
I
man.
heard you talking to my friend outside. Very good. Super. I am here to assist you in any way possible. Ask me about the hanging. Oh yes, my friend has a great eye for these things. He refuses to tell me where it came from. It's a mystery. I believe they call this type of frame industrial. It's very comfy. That's really all I can tell you about it.
The lieutenant takes out his notebook and nods to you to proceed.
You actually witnessed the lynching?
I'm sorry to say I did, officer.
He didn't see the hanging. He saw the little show staged by the Hardys. Let him talk. He may know more than even he knows.
Officer, it's very difficult to describe what I saw that night. It was so surreal.
Yeah, it's a pretty
like
on-the-nose name, yeah.
What do you mean, like in a play?
It was just so strange. I could barely comprehend what was happening. I was on the balcony when it happened, getting some fresh air. I remember that first they came in, carrying what looked like a body. And then I saw all the surrounding windows go dead, one by one. That's when I understood I should not be seeing this.
That lines up with previous testimony, doesn't it? Well done, detective.
Only that there were about 8 or 10. I couldn't make out anything. It was so dark. And it was quiet. Quietest lynching I've ever heard of, let alone heard. But I suspect you knew that already. I can't say I'm surprised. The fine reputation of the men and women serving in the RCM is well deserved. The coalition is only looking out for the price stability. Inflation is a killer, like a heart disease blocking the normal circulation of the economy. It must be controlled. The economy impacts the entire international community, which is why it requires international oversight. Well, I'm renovating it. It is an interesting project. The building used to be a 12-story skyscraper before the cannons took the top 4 stories off. This, of course, happened when the Coalition forces landed here. You could say I'm undoing some of the material damage the international community caused when we arrived here.
What if you undo all of it, buddy?
Yes, as I said before, I am a commissioner from Sur-la-Clé working for the Institute of Price Stability. This is one of the main projects of the Moral Intern.
Wait, there isn't actually an Institute of Price Stability, is there? Or maybe there is. God, it's impossible to understand whether someone from the Moral Intern is joking or not.
La Communauté Internationale is what Revacholians colloquially call the Coalition. In other words, the nations that stopped the disaster of the Revolution. It is the most important thing. It's the central goal of any sound monetary policy. Maintaining the price stability is essential to maintaining high levels of economic activity, which is essential for maintaining high levels of employment, which is essential for maintaining the social stability.
Basically, it makes sure the price of bread doesn't change.
Précisément. Too much inflation, bread becomes too expensive. Too much deflation, it becomes too cheap for bakers to produce. That's why the Institute of Price Stability works to keep inflation just below 2%. But not too far below, no. Too below is also bad. Below, but close to 2%. The Coalition believes in the importance of informing the public about the benefits of the price stability. Transparency is one of our principles. Would you like an informational pamphlet?
This might be the most boring person in the game who watched the most interesting stuff happen.
A sound monetary policy is essential for addressing But oh, I don't have my leaflets on me today. That's too bad. You can always call our information line. Making information available is part of the Moral Intern's commitment to transparency.
I am suddenly
It's the
in
International
school again.
Organization for Moralists. Hence, Moralist International. The Institute of Price Stability is just one of its many mind babies, as is the Coalition.
So what I'm hearing is that we're Moral Intern bitches.
Doing one's job doesn't automatically make one anyone's bitch.
Yes,
Besides,
he
there are
said
more nefarious
bitch.
powers to work for in the Moral Intern.
Yes.
But of course.
So we can't say... But why?
Because moralists believe in a normal, stable world governed by democratic values.
Martinez doesn't seem very normal or stable to me. Are you a moralist?
Me?
You've managed to catch the lieutenant off guard, but only for a moment. He quickly recomposes himself.
I'm a lieutenant of the RCM, dedicated to maintaining law.
A very moralist answer. Martinez? No. Revachol is generally difficult. But they are working towards it. You're all doing very well here, relatively speaking.
Oh, okay. It's like every time I'm talking to people, I'm choosing option D, none of the above. Is that moralism? I don't think I'm a moralist. Moralism sounds incredibly boring. I want more action. Moralism is the ideology of foreign occupiers. Revachol must be governed by Revacholians. That's the fascist answer. This is the superstar answer or whatever. Democracy is a meaningless sham as long as the working class is under the boot heel of capital.
The detective's personal views do not represent the views of
Ah, my friend. But the lesson of the revolution is that communism does not work.
It didn't work because the coalition the coalition crushed it violently. We haven't tried real communism yet. You're telling me this world here is working out well?
It's moving towards the right direction, and that's all that matters. Progress is measured in centimeters, my friend. Now, enough of this delightful political interlude. Was there anything else you wanted to ask? What's there to say? Sur-la-Clé is a modern, urbanized country that measures very high on the Human Development and Freedom Index. Mostly, though, it's known as the executive heart of EPIS.
I am so bored.
Moreover, it is a great sponsor of less emerged countries. Revachol is only one of its many darlings whose progress it supports and cherishes. Because a great percentage of Revachol's culture hails from Sur-la-Clé. Its language, its people, its cuisine even. Or at least in the downtown La Delta area.
Jamrock and other parts of the international zone have been mercifully spared of Sur-la-Clé's love for meatballs and mashed potatoes.
That is devastating.
Whatever you wish, officer.
Don't say that, 3. Look at 3. That's dirty rat garbage.
Ah, my friend. My friend is a good young man. His family immigrated here from Kedra, and life has not been easy for him. But he understands the importance of education. He has taken his future into his own hands, and that's all that matters. Kedra is a candidate member of APIS. But, between you and me, their potential membership is a more contentious issue.
I want
That
meatballs.
it's never going to happen. They entered negotiations in 21, and it's been pending ever since. EPIS is a very special program developed by the Moral Intern to support certain Occidental nations. It began as a unified system of weights and measures, which proved to be a wild success. No, it was such a wild success that we expanded it into an economic union for the processing of steel. Another success. And between you and me, the Moral Intern feels emboldened. Why? It stands for progress and stability, like the Moral Intern as a whole. It's been such a wild, extraordinary success thus far. We are very excited to take it to the next level.
This man is a walking politician. Like, I know, like he's a walking massive politics, I mean.
A supranational political alliance. The United States of Occident. You mean Revachol? No, it's going to have transparent democracy. It's one day going to be a candidate member of EPIS, sure. No, candidate members do become members. Why do we even have the whole system in place if they don't? It just takes time. Time and evaluation.
How many murders has your roommate committed?
But we were talking about my friend here, not politics. Kedra is that it's never going to happen. It's warm. It's also known for its mandarin trees and dust storms from Supra. Kedra's an emerging market, but it still has a long way to go. Maybe that's why my friend's menage decided to emigrate. How did any of us become friends? Bad things happening on the Insulindian Isola? Oil platforms ablaze in the night? Civil wars lasting for years? Finally, the international community is...
What are you talking about? No one becomes friends that way.
It's how millions of people end up where they are. Meeting the people they meet. It's how I came here. How did any of us become? One of the wonders of democracy is that everyone is allowed to have his own opinion. And not just allowed.
There's a joke here, and you know what it is.
Oh, how wonderful. I've heard it's oodles of fun. Not that I have time to take up new hobbies myself.
Lieutenant, let's have a long sigh.
How did any of us become? One of the wonders.
There's a joke here.
Debating. You should consider joke. But now that I start thinking of it, it was for an improv class anyway. It's this funny theater thing, you know? Very creative. Helps relieve stress.
There's a member of Student Gov who is the president of this area's chapter of a far right-wing conservative
Sorry. Who? But I told you, officer. He's a bright young man here to pursue his education.
Conservative group, yeah.
Education is the foundation of our future.
Okay, but what's his
officer,
name?
You have to understand. I can't give you his personal information. He's deeply enmeshed in the... He's a truly free spirit. He likes all the arts. Perhaps graphic design, printmaking, who knows? Sorry, who? But I told you, officer. He's a truly free spirit. I'm just enjoying the view. We're old friends. Nothing's taboo between us. He comes and goes. I'm sure you'll see him around. He's very active. I'm just enjoying the view. Listen.
The baby is crying in the neighbor.
No, the Insulindian Bay. This place used to be a luxury accommodation before the revolution.
Yeah, if something happened.
Apartments, of course,
that would be
were much bigger then.
tragic
A few
for his
walls have been
family.
added here and there, leaving some of the tenants without a private bathroom. But the million real view stays. My friend comes and goes. I'm sure you'll see him around. He's a busy bee. I'm all ears, officer. A moment, officer. Do you have everything you need from me? I'm afraid we won't have the chance to speak again once you leave. It's against diplomatic best practices for an official in my position to be discussing murders with local militiamen. And I'm pressed for time. Of course, I'm glad I could help.
Oh no, the tragedy. What would they ever do? Like to what? Like when you're what can you reasonably say? Like in honest terms, if you're standing against that. All right, it's time for the most important part of the day. Restraint. Incredible god tier restraint. It's time to sing karaoke. We're going to have to knock guard unconscious, but we are going to sing. And then we're going to have a midnight chat with Gart. Sorry, not Gart, with Kim. I know that Boston Legal is probably to you just oh, cat is jumping around. But is just something that Parker and I talk about randomly sometimes. But every 98% of episodes end with the main two characters sitting on a balcony and smoking cigars, talking about the events of the episode, their feelings and their thoughts about it, about things and whatnot. And this is kind of like that. I think it's a good way to end an episode or a day. Maybe not the smoking part, but you know, it's probably not good for you. What are you sniffing around? Oh, he's climbing behind the chair. So one of my childhood cat really loved to sleep on the chair, and Levi likes to hide under it. Like, crawl in behind it and sleep. Is it too late for me to sing?
Can I help you?
Yes!
No, you don't. It's not happening.
He tries not to look at you. It's dangerous to acknowledge the karaoke man.
Oh. Yeah, Levi makes many attempts to climb up chairs the wrong way. Okay, so all of these answers are good. But I'm gonna go with 4.
By causing more trouble, I think we're good.
Yeah, but Johnny Law is about to tear it up
The
sad
whirling
style.
doesn't need more sad style. That's one of the styles it can do without right now.
Let's get inside. Oh, did he like to? Did the cat like to climb up and like dig into it and hide?
It's for no one. It's a prop. I'm not letting anyone use it after the great karaoke catastrophe of 44. A lot of people got killed because some arsehole wanted to sing karaoke. Okay, yes, it's for some clients.
No, I want to say number 1. I'm going to say number 1, but the desire to say number 2 is so powerful. Yeah. Sometimes cats are just lumps.
Ha! Well, we don't have any tapes. They all got stolen.
The man in the vest and the violet shirt stares at the table you've just given him. He begins to frown. Hard.
Fine.
Yes!
Climb on that stage and do your thing. Just get out of my hair. I'll plug it in for you. Damn this karaoke machine.
I'm having it uninstalled, he mumbles to himself.
It's time to rock and roll. Breaking the law, breaking the law.
The stage is all set up for your performance.
Breaking
Silence.
the
You can
wall.
hear the pellets creak under your feet.
It's
You
like
feel a little
12:15
dizzy,
a.m.
A little unsteady suddenly.
So, are you ready for your thing now? Let me know when I should turn on the karaoke carousel.
Hold on. I'm gonna put on things for drama. It's important.
The stage is all set up.
I love how
for your
Kim's just standing there watching.
You feel it.
So, are you ready for your thing now? Let me know when I should turn on the karaoke carousel.
I can see that.
Immediately, a loud feedback noise startles the room.
Yes.
You feel like an
Both,
amateur.
I think.
How are you supposed to hold the mic? Hands. Where do you put your hands? Does someone feel like throwing up? I do. A little. The dining hall has cleared up of customers for tonight. Even the kitchen is closed, and someone has turned down the lights. Maybe it's a good idea to do it in the dark like this, almost after closing hours.
Oh no, okay. So I'm going to load that quick save to undo those yeah. We need to rock the house. We need to bring it down. This needs to change the world. In this cafe hotel combination at 12:15 p.m. a.m. with like 3 drunk people and our partner and the dude who does not want us to do it. It's of critical importance. This is the most important task in the game. Okay. It's true. We're going to change their lives. Okay. Encyclopedia being up to helps a lot, I think. Can't put these on. They reduce drama.
The stage is all... You feel it?
So, are you ready for your thing?
I can see that.
The air is thick with anticipation.
Are you ready to rock?
The tape clicks into the carousel, and then the music starts.
So Kim didn't take his place. He's standing right behind me. He's... Oh, hi, kitty cat.
I would often go there to the tiny church there, the smallest church in Saint-Saëns, though it once was larger. How the realm may rest there. Down through the mist there, toward the Seven Sisters, toward those pale cliffs there. I would often stay there, in that tiny yard there. I have been so glad here, looking forward to the past here. But now, you are all alone. None of this matters. No, none of this matters at all.
Ancient reptilian brain did sing it.
Not bad.
Yes, not bad at all.
Okay, yes.
Guess what? We're doing this every night. Hi. Kitty like sitting on lap. Oh, no, you don't. No. Oh, he's laying on... Don't worry. The chair will go back when you lay on it. Just don't lay on the back part, buddy. It's rocking back and forth because he's sitting on the edge. Oh. It's like 1.5 feet off the ground. He'll be fine. If he does fall, which he falls a lot, but like a lot. he's really clumsy. I wonder if he might have like wobbly cat syndrome or something. But
Yes?
wait, we need to have our nightly talk. I didn't think he would just go straight to bed. We need to talk, Kim. Excuse me. Let it sit. Let the heart wrenching song flow through him. He didn't come with me. This game sucks. I'm gonna see. I wanna know. I can't knock on his door. He's gone to bed. This is the worst thing that's ever happened.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. It's barely covered in steam anymore. You see your face, such as it is without the expression. The bed is still cold from the broken window, and not too... It's not easy, but your bones are so tired from what feel like weeks of work on the case. You have to try. After what feels like hours, you feel you might be sleeping.
Recorded in you forever on Faraday.
No, you're spinning tapes at the discotheque. The great unceasing disco of the mind. The flash. The bang. The end. Experience. On and on it goes. For untold hours. At the disco where you first asked her to dance. Rising. Rising. Above the dark curvature. The great wingspan of sleep. Studded with stars.
Behold, there are millions of them down there. The first time. The last time. The smoke in her mouth. The plotted flowers. The faces turning, changing.
It's the world, Harry boy. And you're made of it. Every day you're out there, you make more of yourself from it. I'm afraid you can't be unmade now. You can never forget this shit.
Beautiful. It's stuck on loop, whirling, spitting out words and images.
You're the son of the world again. Harristar, a ceaseless agent. Picking up litter and old newspapers. Collecting your little bubblegum wrappers and idiotic picture postcards.
Reading your awful letters and recalling things, aren't you? The endless names of the world. An address book you are. The map of a city.
You'll go insane if you keep going like this. One more day, and you'll be in the loony bin. I just know you will. And for what, brother man?
For the working class.
Yes! Yes!
For the greater good.
Solving your little crossword puzzle. Doing your tasks. Crossing names off lists. Trying to become some sort of world detector. It won't make it okay. It won't put smoke back in her mouth.
Oh, I can pick which one of these is the thought I want
There he
most.
goes again. He's a real political animal, our Harry. He still doesn't see that it's the world changing around him.
He's got no idea what he's in for.
'Cause only love can break your heart. Beep, beep, beep. The alarm is ringing, Harry. The disco circus goes on and on. You barely slept 3 hours last night.
Do it for the wind.
Dream of flying? Of romance? No. We dream of humanity's true love.
Rise and shine, comrade. It's time to get to work.
Yes.
Despite all the thinking you've been doing, only 0.0001% of communism has been built. It's too great a task to undertake alone. You're going to have to get organized. Uh-oh. Organization hasn't exactly been your strong suit, historically speaking. Your level of personal upkeep is irrelevant. All that matters is your commitment to building the World Republic. You must seek out your revolutionary brothers and sisters. Find out how much communism they've built. Then, together, maybe you'll be able to build as much as 0.0002% of communism. But it won't be easy. Decades of persecution by coalition authorities have driven the remaining communists of Martinaise underground. Possibly, if you have been, it's only because you're a double agent acting in furtherance of your long-term objectives. Regardless, what's past is past. You need to look forward to the work of building communism for all. Just between us, you may want to lay off this grind up of the bourgeoisie stuff. It's a bit off-putting, even to fellow communists. Let your nose guide you, detective.
As in my huge and highly functioning
No,
brain.
we meant your nose, as in that swollen muck detector in the center of your face. It just happens to be perfectly calibrated for sensing communists. We really have no idea what they're talking about. There's no linkage between ideology and olfaction. Failure. That's why you're perfect for the job. No one's got a better nose for failure than you, Harry. What you're smelling is your own body odor, of course. Nothing a shower and change of clothes couldn't fix. People sometimes complain there are no real communists left in Martinaise. but you can smell their presence. They're out there, waiting for you to join them. Incidentally, during the waning days of the anti-centennial revolution, a number of Revacholian communards constructed elaborate hideouts in abandoned root cellars, hollowed out tree trunks, and even residential sewage tanks. This latter phenomenon gave rise to the early anti-communist slogan, "The future's bright when you flush out the white." First, you'll have to locate the remaining communists in Martinez. When you get near to someone with revolutionary potential, your nose will give you the signal to establish contact. Again, no, it won't. Any olfactory response you perceive will be strictly psychosomatic. You'll discuss the monumental world historical task that lies before you. You'll engage in rigorous and spirited debates about Mazovian theory and practice. But mostly, you'll probably complain about other communists. Not at all. Complaining about other communists is one of the most important parts of being a communist. Here we go. Wake, brave worker. 'Tis no time for bed. Fight till there's no slaves below, and no masters o'erhead.
Yeah, I hope you love it because there's a lot. Bad news though. It is 7 a.m. So I should probably shut down for the morning. Thanks for sticking with me so long through thick, thin, and all the probably, but thank you for attending. Thanks for staying here for so long. But yeah, I should probably wrap it up. I'll download these streams and I will see you later. And I'll try to stream this more soon than a month from now. But thanks for coming. I'll see you later. Good night.